Sometimes couples get married and the husband will travel to a different country for his livelihood, and they will stay far away from each other for a year, for 2, for 3, and to provide themselves with pleasure, they will open the cameras and they do what is known as cybersex. What's now the fiqhi opinion on this? And I wanted to mention a few things quickly, inshallah. By the way, those who open their cameras and engage in these, what is known as cybersex, be absolutely vigilant, even if you're married couples, because there are hackers out there who works for these pornographic sites. They are hunting these types of conversations to download your video.
A lot of families' lives have been destroyed as a result.
Actually, there is an AI tool that hackers use in order to pick up skin on your phone. And the minute it happens, they are alerted and they will hack into your system and record that video as it's happening without you knowing. May Allah protect everyone.
Many of these videos found their ways to pornographic websites, so be absolutely careful.
SubhanAllah, instead of trying to treat the side effects, why don't we treat the disease itself, the cause of the problem? The cause of the problem, look how the Ummah and its ulama and its true leaders handled this issue since the beginning. When Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, while walking in the streets, investigating the condition of the Ummah, the Ra'iyya, and he heard a woman, she was making a poetry, how much she's missing her husband, and had it not been for the fear of Allah, somebody else will be in bed with her right now. Immediately he went home, and he asked his daughter Hafsa, who was the Prophet's wife, he asked her a question. He said, for how long can a woman bear patiently the absence of her husband, not having an intimate relationship with him? And she realized that he's asking for the benefit of the Ummah. She said, 4 to 6 months. So he immediately released a decree. All the Muslim commanders of chiefs, because the Muslim armies were spread all over during the time of Umar al-Khattab. This woman's husband was deployed in one of the armies. So he said that maximum period of absence is 6 months. 4 months on the battlefield or in the military camp, and 1 month traveling and 1 month returning, because the journey, it takes a month or so. So total maximum 6 months. And during, now this question was presented to me tons of times, especially on Ask That. So I advise those who are called the kafil, the sponsors, the expats who come from all over the world in order to work, to earn their living, especially in the Gulf. So some, they take their passports away and they promise them next year, and they end up working for several years without having a chance to return, to check on their families physically, not only to have an intimate relationship, but also to see his mother before she died, his father before he's buried, his son when he got married, whatever. I would like to tell our rich brothers, those who have companies and businesses and hire a lot of expats, this is superior to building a masjid. This is superior to giving in a charity here and there, even if you pay him the ticket out of your pocket. And it is absolutely his right. So if his wife is not living with him, his family is not living with him, once a year they must go back. If you want to follow the sunnah, if you want to become a pious man, a couple of times every year, 2 weeks and 2 weeks. So this is an annual leave, 1 month divided every 6 months. And every person signs a contract to understand that it's not only you who have rights, also your wife and your children. When you say the cybersex, and mashallah elaborated on the danger of being recorded and then being exposed. Some people take their lives when they see themselves and their wives, millions of viewership, and they don't know what to do. They're being exposed, even though they thought. That's why in fiqh they say, al-hukmu ala shay'i far'un an tasawwurihi. You cannot give a verdict unless if you encompass all the circumstances of the mas'ala. So now we added to the faqih something that if you are online, you're not actually alone. There is Big Brother, there are a lot of hackers, there is AI, there is whatever. So be careful, you're not alone. May I add something really important? Even if no one, if you are on a secure network, and you're sure that it's you and your spouse alone, does it mean that it's okay to masturbate? Because what do you mean cybersex? You are in a different country, she is in a different country. How would you stimulate her? She would have to stimulate herself. And how would you stimulate yourself? By yourself. That's called what? Masturbation. So masturbation, inducing masturbation and sexual discharge is haram. I know that some of our colleagues said, you know, it's halal, but they are missing one point, which is, when does it become okay? When we compare between two cases, two conditions. One which is definitely the person is about to commit adultery.
They say it protects you from the greatest sin.
Last night, after we had dinner, I shared with Brother Wael an incident. I don't want to say it live, but you know, a woman approached me in the street, and you know, I figured that she is a worker, one of those who do this kind of like a prostitute. Subhanallah, she is hunting for men. So when a person thinks, since I've been away from my spouse for a while, and there is a fear that the person would fall in zina, big time, in this case the alternative, which is also haram, but it's a lesser haram than committing adultery. So when you hear one of the shuyukh saying that masturbation is halal, it is not absolute halal. When you do it, you understand that you're committing
It's last resort.
It is the last resort in case that you fear committing adultery.